baby, and welcome back to another video. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're a regular, thank you for supporting my content. Like, first of all, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers, fam. I wouldn't have done it without you. Like, thank you guys so much for getting me this far. It hasn't been easy. Not good with speeches, but yeah, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. And like, man, thank you for your support. Most importantly, thank you to God. Thank you to God for being there with me through every step of the way, because I'm a very spiritual person, if I may say. Every time when I do things, I like to talk about, I'm sure you guys have realized that every time when I do things, I like to talk about God most of the time and give thanks and all of that. So I'm a very spiritual person. In everything that I do, I involve God. I include God in it. Like, thank you to God. Thank you to you guys. Thank you to my real OGs, the ones who have had my back since the very beginning. And the new ones, thank you so much, guys. And welcome to the family. Make yourselves at home. Thank you for joining my family. Like, thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I remember it was during the start of this year when I told myself, okay, you know what, before the end of 2023, Tanzania 1,000 subscribers. And like, I really appreciate it, man. Like, that really means a lot to me. Like, thank you guys for supporting my content. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you for always being there. Like, thank you. Legionnaire or a thank you. Yeah, so without wasting any more time, the title of this video is He Denied Me in Front of His Friends. This is gonna be a story time, because that is my genre, that is my niche. Like, I told myself, okay, you know what, earlier on today, actually, I told myself, okay, I want to work harder, like, yes, it's not easy being a content creator because you have other things to do as well apart from shooting content and all of that. Like, it's really not easy, but just know that I am trying. I am really trying. Like, I am trying, man. I am trying. So yeah, the title of this video is He Denied Me in Front of His Friend. Okay. Long story short, in Kanye Bao's words, men will leave you in a desert without water. Yo! So in this story time, I'm going to tell you guys about this colored dude that I once dated. Like, I used to have this huge thing for colors. And I have been saying this most of the time in my videos that I used to date colors. I do not know why. I don't know what changed. I really do not know what changed. Because back in the day, man, I used to have this huge thing for colors. Like, ooh, yeah. Every time I would literally melt. Like melt. That is how I had these huge feelings for colors. Like, I had these huge feelings for colors. And I don't know what happened, honestly. I do not know what. Or maybe and again I change it because and dribble shame. Like, man, I dated a lot of colors. Like, most of my friends were colors. Sorry. Most of my exes, and yet I still can't speak Afrikaans. So Shabo, back in high school, I used to have a crush on this colored dude. Like, he was good looking. He was literally everything. So yeah, I saw him for the first time, and it was love at first sight. So the first time I saw him in Elekadebi, I didn't know his name, but because mind you, it was my first time seeing him. So I had a huge crush on somebody who didn't even know me. We went to different schools, like I've mentioned earlier. Yeah, now on Aleko, Skela Sena, Nanikil Skela Sena. So after I cheated all my colored friends, I asked some of my colored friends about the guy. I had to describe him, literally. I had to describe him because I didn't know his name, right? I had to go into detail. Who exactly am I talking about, right? Somehow, the others never agree or they were pretending I do not know because I tried my best to like describe the guy. I described him, got the features, I described him, got everything. And organized gala senan. So I don't know if they were pretending or nedinta. So Shabo, a few weeks later, I went to visit my friends. I saw him again. Yo! Next like my blood was literally boiling. This huge crush. You know what? Madiaka abela no. Yeah, Madiaka na bela. I was jumping and screaming again. This is the guy I was talking about. I was telling my friends because Nekilo boy. So I was jumping like, yeah, now. Yeah, that is what was happening. And all of that. In a difference, it's like I'm calling the guy, I'm referring to the guy as Yellow Mellow because he's light skinned. Njengan. So Shapo, they gave me his name. After that, I looked him up on Facebook. Like, man, I wanted to be certain what was that about what I was getting myself into. Like, I wanted to be certain. I wanted to be certain, you know. Plus, impress. Like, impress, you know, in future, okay, he likes this and that, or he behaves so. I was so in love with this guy. Like, Negimo stalker. Literally, Negimo stalker, guys. Every picture I post on Facebook, I make sure her guy like what I liked about the guy was the way Nate thing. Unlike my friends, the guy wasn't involved in a lot of things like onale stele. Inele motho a stele motho kore I tshwereng sharp bo. Unlike my friends bana ne banka cup shame. Ne banka cup bana bao. Some got arrested, some were always involved in fights and all of that. Some never vaya ka bo dithipa at school. Some go never fail. Like they were even expelled. They got expelled from school. Go you. And what I liked about myself is no matter what happened or who I surrounded myself with, who I surround myself with, because I'm still like that even today. I do not allow the person's actions change me. Like, if kilomoto obala, bala either way. If kilomoto oratan grek, I'm still gonna do that. If banabasa it's their problem. But I'm still gonna do that. So that is something that I like about myself. I like the fact that I do not allow peer pressure in overcome. To peer pressure over that. I'm just living my own life, doing my own thing, even though but next time allow their actions or behavior determine. I know there's a saying that says, show me who your friends and I'll show you who you are. Man, like, from my perspective, I think sometimes that saying doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense because I used to hang out with my ginza. So why not sabal ginza? Why not no graduate? So that's why I get to sometimes it's just a saying, but they just use it for the sake of using it. Like, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, because take it from me, take it from my experience. Busy, so why next ginza? So the guys gave me info on how Yellow Mellow is, what he likes and all of that. Because mind you, like kore ene se dula ele topic I would always ask them, and like, how would you describe his personality? So they tried to accommodate me and give me all the info that they could give me. Remember, I once asked them a question. Hore, why is it that lunele chila kaofela, like chila kaofela almost makalate azulu nene, and that the guy yana has motho a chilang le lona, like he's this type of person that is reserved. Go home. I don't, till this day, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the guy's friends. I don't know his friends. I've never seen him live bahots. So that is why I asked them that question. Why is it that lona kaofela le chila kaofela, and that yena udula chila ali reserved? So one of my friends was like, that guy barely goes out. He's a bookworm. He's always studying. Go give me told that. Give me told Elore. He's always indoors. That is why you would hardly see him, because asimutuli dilo tse baya. Like asimutuli dilo tse baya shame. Okay, now I do not know, but then he was like that. So Yellow Melo was doing matric at that time when I saw him, right? Kore ona le reserved shame. Kore la ene le di party mo zone ya bona. You would hardly see him. He was never there. That's how reserved he was. Happy, I think, from the way I saw him at that time, I think Kimoto Onaling discipline, right? I think Kimoto Onaling discipline, because mind you, he was doing matric, so I think he was focused on getting good grades and all of that, and then the rest would follow. That's what I think, because so I was like, that could work. Why am I saying that? Thing is, most of the guys that I've dated, bacheled, all of my exes, give it to bacheled. Like, I have never dated a guy nix, nada, zero. All of my exes, give it to bacheled, they quiet. Like, speaker sa parliament mo relationship. Because the exes like, I have never, well, I don't recall dating anyone or personality I really don't. Because idula elena ohlanyang the relationship man, like idula ke jwala majita still, so I don't recall ever dating out a personality I like. Nah, I go boy. So Yellow Melo was like taking time to recognize me, like you do like the pictures are how fit, yet humponi, like the signs are there. I was like, nope, let me text this guy, which was a bold move from me, because I think Yellow Melo is the only guy in Kilegam text ever not only done conversation. Because normally the guys that have asked me out, it text. So Yellow Melo again. So I sent him a text via Facebook, and to my surprise, he responded. Yo, it was a cold day in hell. Man, I screamed. I could not believe it. To me, I thought that although it's Shabafela or because this perception maybe so now that after I give me text, I reply. You can imagine how I was feeling. Like, I was shocked. You know, when you do something with we dreaded and like, oh, you know what, this whole we dreaded home to her no respond the next, and then I'll switch. So after that, I properly introduced myself, and to my surprise, he knew who I was. How? He was like, you always hang out libo, and I always see you mozo. So I know who you are. I was like, okay. At that moment, I was filled with a lot of emotions. I was like, he knows me, like once eba. He was just afraid to make the first move. He wanted me to make the first move first, and I did. So the movie halfway. So Shapo, I told my ex best friend about the guy and that he knows who I am. Problem was that he was just afraid to make the first move. Na Shapo ke kwaba. The main point in the logo, oh yanziba, like wanziba. So Nezabua almost every day. He would ask me about school and all of that. Then I would do the same. Like every now and then he would check up on me, Lina, and Lina would do the same. So fast forward, it was exam season. I was no longer active on social media. Now he was busy with finals and all of that. This one time he texted me and I was like, yeah, sure. It's during the weekend because during the week he busy wabo. Then I'm busy with finals, but face to face. I was like, alright, it's cool. Saturday, dude stood me up. He wasn't responding to my inbox. We must na. Give me a texter. Hey, I will still meet. So give me a texter. Hey, are we still meeting audience? Ah, nix. After during the week. Hey B, I hope you've been good. Sorry for not responding to your text. I had to go somewhere. You had to go somewhere. But you didn't even bother informing me that anymore and that something came up. Phone! Oh, ya somewhere. Learn ya somewhere. Come for yasalana. That was the first red flag. And my dumbass chose to ignore it. I was like, nah, it's cool. Please don't ever do it again. At least inform me beforehand. How is something you know what? I don't think that I'll be able to make it this weekend. Let's postpone. Instead of leaving me hanging, at least bualena. Like I wasn't even mad at him the way Nikili marathon kate. Next time I nix nix. So sometime during that week, he proposed that we go on an ice cream date. So you know what? How about we do it the following weekend? Because this is the further exam. So like I didn't want to be disturbed at that time. So I proposed for let's do it next weekend because like I'm almost done with exams and all of that. Then yeah, you know, and all of that. Exam season was over. Now it was time for us to meet. Mind you, azanga hlakane nix. Like ne re dula re bua ko phone. I asked my mother to buy me new clothes. Imagine. I asked my mother to buy me new clothes. Like I wanted to make a good first impression. Saturday, I went to the spot where we were supposed to meet. Did he show up? Nix. Kana go get no walena boma 5 to 10 minutes ago. Unzale on his way, you know. I was so mad at him. I waited for him for over 2 hours. Imagine 2 hours. O emelane le motho. Motho asa reply the text tsa how I must o yemme weekend tse stlak. Take him a text. Where are you? Where are you? No response. That was the second red flag. And I still chose to ignore it. This time, it got worse. He disappeared for 2 weeks young. Imagine 2 weeks. No communication, no nothing. Nada. Third red flag. The way negele domo gate. Kore. Wano ona dalla hlonyaka. Imagine moto mise 2 hours. On top of that, I disappear body 2 weeks without saying shit. Still, ntse ke batla ho bua le ena, ntse ke batla ho understand. Ho understand the good what is going on. Now here's the climax. So I started telling my friends about the guy, right? My friends, ba dulang zone kaofela ba ba makhalate. Hey, mind you, we made it official, nna le guy, even though we have never met, not even once. So re jwalana founung, in other words. So Shapo, I told the guys about it. Hey, I'm seeing Yellow Mellow now, him and I and an item. What's a jol? Apparently, they knew something. I'll get to that something. Ne? They knew. So they went and asked Yellow Melho, is it true that you and Bitepo are seeing each other? Is it true that you guys are dating? Did he not deny it? I deny it straight. So one of my friends was smart enough and get a voice note to hands about Bua Bamos. Is it true that you and Bitepo are joined? Ah, who is Bitepo? So ya bona ba mo bontsha snap ona ngwana ke mo tlhoile ya bona ba mo bontsha snap sa Bitepo ke yona o re la jwa. I am not dating her. I do not even know who ke mang. Men will leave you in a desert with no water. Believe that. Imagine the humiliation I had to go through. Imagine the embarrassment I had to go through afterwards. Imagine. Like, he didn't even think about it. He didn't even care about embarrassing me. Undeniable, just like that. The reason why I like deny, so he was afraid if anare ga jol ne tlo fihla tšhegeng ya hae. So now technically ne ke le side chick. Like after that, I told myself, let me just leave this guy because he has done a lot of things still reading offendile. But this one, it was undeniable, straight up undeniable. Like, I didn't even break up with him. You know what happened? I stopped talking to him. I stopped communicating with him. So I'm a blocker and I'm unfriend, you know. Few years later, mind you, didn't know Welena at that time. Okay, sorry about that. He didn't know Welena at that time. I don't know what happened to him after, I almost said after varsity, after matric, because nala matric, because Ovaile, he didn't even bother informing me, Ovaile Abaya, and all of that. So a few years later, Lena Gavaya Gava City. One text, that county, he's like, hey B, you still good looking. I hope you've been good. Go so that we can fix things. No! Till today, no, he's apologizing for everything. Like he was literally apologetic. He apologized for denying me. All of those things that he did, he apologized. And I was like, okay, and after that I'm a block. So moral of the story is, don't announce it until it's confirmed. Like, do not announce your relationship until you for certain that like o tla jola o tla ijola o le one o tshwanele nna o ijola o le one kante motho o na le motho a jola le. So emela dintho di be official. My biggest mistake was that a leader and that as this guy phone, we didn't make it official. Officially face to face. But now I'm going around telling people that him and I are dating. So don't be like me. Do not announce it until all is sure. No. He rajolan or else but lawyer just clatters. So yep, that's what happened, my lovely females and gents. I hope Lena from the mistakes it's anyways, thank you so much guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. Also, please do not forget to follow me on all of my social media platforms. I'm available on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.